All right. So I wanted to give an update on the game that I've been working on. So I was busy freelancing and trying to figure out how to support my wife and baby. And I'm still figuring that out. I'm doing okay. But I wanted to give an update because I wasn't really increasing or sharpening my JavaScript skills. And I had taken a break from making the game. This was like my final JavaScript project for like anything intermediate before I think I can move on to something a little bit more advanced, maybe get into blockchain coding or any other type of coding. But it's been almost a year now since I started learning JavaScript. And I wanted to share this one thing before I actually show you the game. And that is that I took like a 3-month break from coding the game, came back, and for the first 20 minutes, I was like, what did I do? I don't know anything that's going on. But because I had properly documented my code, I knew what was going on. So without further ado, let me show you. I'm not going to end up showing you any of my code on this one, but I'm going to show you where the game progress is at. It's not super far, but it's I think it's worth sharing. So now there is a load up. Player one, choose your character. And as you hover over, you can choose archer, thief, or fighter. And you can choose up to 3 characters, and it's a 3-player game. Now, I'm not doing a lot of back-end stuff, so it's right now it's set up to where it's basically only locally accessed. So I don't have anything set up to where you can play with your friend over the internet, but I will eventually set that up. That's going to be my project of learning back-end stuff. I should probably learn a couple other projects in backend before I tackle such a beast. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and pick the archer. So now that's you can't choose the archer anymore. And I'm going to go hit ready, even though I have 2 more. I can load 2 more into the array of characters, but I'm going to go ahead and hit ready. And it loads up this screen. I've got this board, and then I have a playmat. And for the sake of showing you what's going on, I still haven't added the draw cards or discards yet. That's the next thing I'm working on. So this is Julia. You'll be able to dynamically change the name as well. It's just not super important and it's very easy to do. So I don't really want to work on it right now. But in the game, you'll have action and movement cards like I had before. So what we're going to do is, let's say that I get some cards or whatever. If I hit enter, and the enemies move locations, and you can see where they are, their locations: 86, 81, 81, 80, 81, 81, 82, 88, 87, and 87. And this shows their health as well. And it's just goblins right now, just for the sake of simplicity. And these purple hexes is where they're located. So there's 10 enemies on these 6 locations. Now, if I add an attack, I have an algorithm that highlights everywhere where I can shoot my arrows, which is anywhere basically. So if I shoot one, boom, my attack goes away, and immediately the one that's on 88 is down 7 health, meaning that I do 3 damage. So the algorithm works. Let's say I add 2 attacks. I have 2 attacks. I just clicked it twice. I'm going to attack the one on 86. I'm going to attack the one on 82. Okay, now 86 and 82 also should be down 7 and 7. Now look, there's 2 on 81. So I'm going to add an attack. I'm going to attack 81. What's going to happen? It's going to give me a modal pop up. It'll say, there are multiple enemies here. Which one? This one, this one, this one, or this one. So I'm going to click on this one, and you'll see there's a lot of enemies on 81. There's 4 of them. It takes this one, right? So I'm going to do another attack, 81. It still shows all 4 of them, and the health has gone down. So all those functions are working properly. So I'm going to add movement. This is my favorite part, the movement algorithm. This was so hard. I click on the algorithm to move, and I can move out here. So I'm going to move up to 16, but I still have this leftover movement. And you visually see the leftover movement, right? So this was created from a board game I made in 2014, a multiplayer board game where you have to defend the castle. It's kind of like a tower defense game. So once the turn ends, let's say I'm out of cards, the enemies then move, new locations show up, and this keeps happening. And then when the enemies get to the center, it says, the hordes have prevailed against your prowess. The kingdom is lost. And then you restart and it goes back to the beginning. So right now it's all web-based game. That's the progress that I have. I'll be building a bunch of classes, getting pretty good. I did a lot of object-oriented programming to get the characters built. I was doing new instances of those classes to build each of these characters. That's what the array is it will take the instances of those classes for both the enemies and the players. So all I have to do now is build the functionality around the deck, around discard, shuffle, and the basics of the game will be done. After that, it's just about creating small modifications and power-ups and things like that. But the basics, they'll be done. So it's pretty close. I'm just working on it a little bit every day, but I wanted to share the update because I thought it would be worth sharing. And yeah, hopefully that was at least slightly interesting, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know what my next project's going to be. And if, I don't know if you have any ideas, shoot them in the comments, I guess. Bye.